Hello my friend. In this video we are going to dive into ways in which you can utilize the physical ankh, but then also the energetic symbol or the energetic structure of the ankh. And now I do apologize for the noise if you hear anything in the background. My family's home, but this is when I'm feeling inspired to record this video, so I hope you still are able to enjoy the content. Now, the way in which you would use a physical ankh now is not how it was utilized in ancient Egypt or ancient civilizations or Syria or other worlds. But I feel that this is so because humanity has elevated in consciousness immensely. And so the tools that we use now or that we need now are not necessarily what was used in the past or how they were used in the past. So I feel that it's okay for us to evolve and to adjust and to find tools and utilize them in a way that works for us as individuals and not necessarily as to use them the way in which they were introduced to us in the past. So I just wanted to get that out of the way and know that everything that I share is simply my perspective. This is what I'm feeling inspired and guided to share with you. Now, as previously mentioned, the ankh is an energetic conduit that was created by merging the masculine and feminine principles. So using the ankh now would be for the purpose of harmonizing the flow of energy within our field to enable spiritual elevation, consciousness expansion, creation, or manifestation. Physical healing with the ankh. Everything is energy, thoughts, emotions, disease, and even just physical discomfort. The way in which I believe physical healing could be achieved with the ankh is by using it as an energy harmonization tool. The physical ankh or symbol can be used to reprogram the flow of energy within our field to enable the restructuring of cellular memory and push stuck energy within our organs and chakras. Dense emotions such as anger leave an energetic mark or scar within organs like the liver and the heart. So using the ankh conduit within the body or the physical ankh can be great spiritual tools for us to consciously move energy to make space for higher vibrational codes to facilitate physical and emotional healing as well as spiritual healing. Consciousness expansion with the ankh. It is a harmonious union of our inner masculine and feminine polarities that allows us to reach higher states of consciousness. The rejection of one of the polarities within ourselves creates distortion, which in turn keeps our consciousness from expanding. The ankh is a spiritual tool and symbol that, from my perspective, is the manifested expression of the harmony between the masculine and feminine principles. So meditating with the ankh, if you are intentional with your practice, quickly shifts the energy of positive and negative currents within our field, programming our energetic grid, our magnetic field, with codes to inspire a harmonious dance of polarities. So the ankh is a very powerful tool, again, for harmonizing the inner polarities. And when we are harmonized within ourselves, the external experience becomes more harmonious because it matches our inner reality. Creation and manifestation with the ankh. Everyone, and this I truly believe this, everyone is a creator, but not every creation is long term. In order to create or manifest something that is solid and energetically aligned to our true frequency, we must do what? Harmonize our energetic field, harmonization of the inner polarities. When we are aligned and in harmony within ourselves, manifestation happens naturally. It flows effortlessly because we are moving in the direction of the natural flow of our own universe, which is the micro expression of the bigger picture, which is the macro universe. So again, using the ankh conduit or symbol to harmonize our energies creates a more stable foundation for us to manifest or birth ideas and experiences that fuel us spiritually and energetically as well as emotionally. We stop wasting time pursuing ideas that simply fulfill our ego's desires and give us a false sense of maybe gratification and happiness. In this section of the video, I want to talk about how to use the physical Ankh. And if you choose to use a physical Ankh, I recommend that you use one that is made out of copper or gold. And the reason I say gold is because whenever I tune into ancient Egypt, memories and visions, I always see gold. It's everywhere. And gold is a powerful metal. It is a great energy conductor, but it is more so on the expensive side. So I also recommend copper. And if you take a look, I am wearing an Ankh necklace that is made out of copper because it is cheaper, but then also it is a powerful energy conductor. A lot of people that work with crystals, they work with copper because it is cheaper, but then also it is powerful to when conducing energy and coating crystals. So work with copper or gold, whatever is available to you, but again, just go with whatever you feel inspired to utilize. Alright, so I just wanted to add a little bit more information about gold and copper. And so let's start with gold. This metal is a powerful purifier, so it does bring in the energy of purity. It allows us to clear a lot of the distortion within our energetic or magnetic field. It also symbolizes the spiritual aspect of all that is. It enables communication with spirit. It is often known as the master healer metal. It purifies the physical body, like I already said. It balances energetic fields. It amplifies positive energy and clears negative energy from the chakra system. It is all about wealth, abundance, prosperity, wisdom, enlightenment. It is also a powerful, I feel, manifestation of solar codes or the solar consciousness. That golden color is very deeply connected to the sun, to the what I feel is the Father God or the masculine principle. Copper is also a powerful, an extremely powerful energy conductor. It is excellent at conducing energy and electricity, just heat. It is also known for its healing properties with the human body. A lot of people wear bracelets, copper bracelets, or they use copper pans and pots or cups to drink water because it's just a powerful, it has a very powerful healing frequency. Now, the following information I found in the website copperliving.co.uk. Here they mention that, again, and this is well known, that copper is an essential trace mineral that we need for the function of making red blood cells, supporting the immune system, forming collagen, and supporting energy production. We only need a small amounts of this trace mineral on a daily basis, but it is essential for our survival. Copper also is an important part of the spiritual world, with a number of spiritual healings and metaphysical properties. It is used to stimulate energy flow. It conducts energy, allowing a movement of healing energies that are sent around the body. It is used to amplify and transmit thoughts, and it is believed to provide connections between the spiritual and physical realms with its high vibrational frequencies. So copper is a very powerful and more affordable metal than gold or, let's say, silver. A little bit about silver, and this is just from what I personally feel, is that it's connected more so to the angelic realms, to this. It's very pure and very divine. I use silver to connect or to link with consciousnesses like the Pleiades, and it's just a very high vibrational metal that it's more, to me, at least to me, it feels more feminine. Gold feels more masculine because of the solar connection. Silver is more, for me, connected to the moon. And copper, I feel it's very earthy. But I feel that it could also be connected to like the masculine and the feminine polarities. I feel like there's a balance within copper. So yeah, I just wanted to add this information here. Now, if you use the physical Ankh, I recommend that you hold it in your hands and consciously link with its energetic structure. It takes a lot of intention to reach a connection that would allow you to access the divine blueprint of this ancient symbol. So definitely practice. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of intention. So practice, practice, practice. If you are working with the physical Ankh, I recommend that you, whenever you are connecting with it physically, close your eyes for a few minutes when you work with it. And this is because shutting or closing the physical eyes opens the third eye. It awakens the undistorted vision, the I am, the higher self within yourself. It is an amazing just tool that we have, technology that we have as human beings. I definitely feel that when we close our eyes and are intentional and tune into the sensation, we are able to open that third eye and magic happens. Now, if you are predominantly masculine, I recommend that you hold the physical ankh with your right hand. The right side of the body is connected to the left side of the brain, which is masculine. And if you are predominantly feminine, I recommend that you hold it on your left hand, because this side of the body is connected to the right side of the brain, which is more so the feminine current or the feminine energy. And when I say feminine and masculine, it's all energy. A lot of women are working with the masculine polarity, are mostly masculine, and some men can be feminine. So it's not about gender, it's about energy. During meditation, if you choose to work with the physical ankh, I highly recommend that if you don't like meditation sitting up, that you lay down with your back flat. And if you do this, place the ankh in your chest, and this is where the personal and the Christ hearts are located. In the Egyptian chakra system, there are 13 energetic centers, and 2 of those centers are the personal heart and the Christed heart, and these are again located in your chest area. And the personal heart is where the polarities of our energetic ankh meet within the body. Placing the physical ankh here can enhance the flow of energy within our physical body and the Merkaba. The following practice is intended to give you a better understanding of the ankh. This understanding is meant to be according to your own perception of it. Take a few minutes to answer each question and be thorough. The idea is that by becoming aware of what the ankh is and means to you, the connection with it becomes easier to achieve. You can think about the color you see when visualizing the ankh and tune into it immediately. You can feel the sensation of the ankh in your hands, or perhaps an aroma from a space that you associate with the ankh, and link to its energetic expression automatically. So again, be descriptive with your answers and keep them handy to use whenever you feel like meditating using the ankh, or just with the vision of the ankh in your mind. And one thing that I want to add here is that your mind is powerful. The sensations that you feel are so real, and when you allow yourself to be in that space, to feel the sensations, to smell the aromas, to taste what the ankh is, and I'm going to walk you through the exercise, but whenever you fully immerse yourself in that experience, everything becomes real, and your body, your cells, your brain is programmed to that frequency. So whenever you choose to work with the vision of the ankh, even if it's not with the physical ankh, you are able to tune back into that frequency, into that vibration immediately, automatically, because your body remembers. So here are the questions that you're going to be answering, and definitely again, grab that sheet of paper and write them down in your journal if you have one. So we are going to focus on the senses: see, taste, feel, touch, hear, and smell. The first question is going to be based on the sense of sight, what we see. So how does the ankh look? Do you see colors when you think of the ankh? Describe the way in which you perceive the look of the ankh. And again, I want you to leave behind everything that you know about the ankh. Everything that I shared with you about the ankh, leave it out. Don't even think about it. What is your perception of the ankh? How does it look? I know that the look is, the oval and the cross at the bottom, the palace and the womb. But how do you see? What colors do you see? Is there any specific direction of the energy currents within the ankh? Everything that you see, write it down, and that's going to be your perception of it. So that's question number 1. Question number 2. And these questions are based on the senses of feel and touch. Feel, which is more so about tuning into the energy, like intent, like your intuition. How does the Ankh feel emotionally, spiritually, energetically? And then touch, how does it feel physically when you think about the Ankh? So feel the Ankh in your hands. And this is something that you're going to visualize, you're going to feel. Feel the Ankh in your hands. What material is it made of? Is it made out of copper? Is it gold? Perhaps it's silver for you. Perhaps it's wood or rock, crystal. What is the material of your Ankh? And now, after you answer that question, you're going to answer the following. Does it feel cold or hot to the touch? What's the temperature of the Ankh? Also, when you touch it, can you feel energy running through the Ankh? Everything that you feel when you touch the Ankh in your mind, when you're visualizing that, write it down. And then, what emotions does the Ankh awaken in you when you touch it? What do you feel internally? Do you feel arousal? Do you feel perhaps just like a huge rush of energy within your body? What do you feel? Do you feel happiness, excitement? Perhaps it's too intense and it's just overwhelming. Write it down. The next one is about hear, about the sense of hearing. So, what does the Ankh sound like? Is it high-pitched tones that you hear, high-pitched frequencies when you think about the Ankh, when you touch it in your mind? Or is it low tones, more low vibrational tones, frequencies? What do you hear when you see, feel, and touch the Ankh? You're going to write it down. And then we have the sense of smell. So for this one, I'm going to have you imagine that you are in an ancient Egyptian temple. And before you, right in front of you, is a massive Ankh. This is the space in which your personal Ankh is kept. What does this space smell like? Is it frankincense, myrrh, smoke, just other incenses or flowers, or maybe it's a sweet smell? Maybe it's just like this dirt, soil smell. Analyze that and write it down. The last questions that I'm going to be asking are about the sense of taste. So, in your mind, again, I want you to visualize yourself placing the Ankh in a cup of water. See energy coming out of the Ankh and infusing the water with its frequencies, with its codes. In the water, you begin to see bubbles. It's fizzling, it's moving. The water, there's motion in the water because the energy is being infused within it. You then take a few sips. What does the water taste like? Be descriptive. What does it taste like? And I know these are very weird questions, but again, we are programming our mind and our body to know when to shift to the vibration of the Ankh. And again, I am doing this in a way that the Ankh, that you are giving meaning to the Ankh. The symbol is becoming yours. It's no longer about what other people think, what other people perceive. It's about your definition of the Ankh, your perception of this ancient Egyptian tool. So answer those questions, and again, I want you to be very descriptive and to keep those answers handy whenever you work with the Ankh. At first, it may take a few practices to get familiar and to remember and to be able to fully immerse yourself in the experience, but once that takes place, it'll be automatic and you'll be able to fully step into that energy immediately without having to read over your idea or perceptions of the Ankh. I asked you in one of the group questions to visualize yourself in an ancient Egyptian temple. and this is where your Ankh is kept. And with this one, I feel very inspired to create a guided meditation to take you into that temple. So if you are interested and you would like to have your own temple in which you can always go to work with the Ankh and harmonize your field and heal your spiritual, mental, and physical bodies, be guiding you into that ancient Egyptian temple that is yours and only yours. This is another exercise or practice that I created for you, and I feel this is something that is going to be very easy to do if you are not able to get a physical Ankh, or you just don't have the money perhaps to purchase something from someone. This is something that I personally did and I highly recommend, which is to draw the Ankh. And I think this is such a great practice for us to do, because whenever we are drawing the Ankh, we are infusing the Ankh with codes. And if you did the previous exercise where you answered the questions and created your own idea and perception of the Ankh, you gave meaning to the Ankh yourself, then this practice is going to be very easy, and you're going to be able to actually sort of manifest your own perfect idea or perception of the Ankh. So what I recommend that you do here is definitely be in a space that is safe, where you are not being distracted. I highly recommend that you do this at night. And at night, our intuition, our spiritual body is more awake. When everyone sleeps, we are more awake, I feel. And so definitely recommend that at night, but do whatever you feel inspired to. So what you're gonna do is, once you're in a state that is whole and just connected and in tune, you are going to visualize the Ankh in your mind's eye. And when you visualize the Ankh in your head, you're gonna go over the information of what your perception of it is. So you're going to be tapping into, or if you want to go to the temple in which the Ankh is kept, you can definitely do so. If you want to, you can just go over everything that you visualized or that you came up with in the previous exercise, and that's going to link you directly to the vibration of the Ankh. And again, this is so much better because you are the one giving it meaning, and that in turn makes it more perfect for you. It's more of a perfect fit for you, if that makes sense. So once you have tuned into the vibration of the Ankh, you feel that you are linked with its energetic structure, you can then begin the process of drawing the Ankh. So just get a sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can go all out. Maybe you want to do, in a big canvas and use paint, oil paints, and be fancy with it. But, just take a sheet of paper and a pen or a pencil and draw it. You can do as much or as little as you want, but be intentional with this practice. Bring the emotions with you, the vibration, the code, and infuse the drawing with them. Then you're going to use the drawing during meditation to return to the Ankh's frequency whenever you wish. You can also place this drawing in your altar or somewhere that is easily accessible to the eye. The act of seeing the drawing immediately reminds the body of the Ankh's vibrational signature, harmonizing the three minds: the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious minds and heart. So this is a powerful practice for you to do. If you don't have, again, access to a physical Ankh, you can just place the drawing of the Ankh anywhere in your home, in your room, in the place where you find it's more sacred to you and you like to meditate in that space. Looking at the Ankh immediately takes you back to that vibration, and you're able to harmonize your fields and your inner masculine and feminine polarities more easier. Another thing that I love about this practice is that whenever I draw, I start channeling information and messages, and I actually created a digital drawing of the Ankh, and I'm gonna place a picture here. And when I was drawing the Ankh in Photoshop, I was using Photoshop, I began to receive a lot of messages regarding about what the oval meant, what the cross meant, and what the energy surrounding it was. And so during this practice, when you are drawing it, pay attention to the thoughts that come to your mind and write them down. You can infuse the Ankh. Maybe you draw the Ankh and you write stuff yourself inside the Ankh, that's a great thing that you can do. Or maybe you can do it like me and you can just draw the Ankh yourself, maybe use light codes, light language, and on the sides write your definition of the Ankh or whatever messages come through. So have fun with this practice and just enjoy the process. And if you're not really feeling it when you start drawing the Ankh, put it aside and come back to it on a different date when you feel more aligned with the practice. But yeah, I highly recommend this one.